Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is your boy, Alyx, and I am with
the casual viewer.
You know him, and good to have you back, buddy.
Yay.
He has watched the first ever WWE All Women's pay-per-view, and I gotta say, overall, for the first ever pay-per-view involving just the women, other than Michael Cole, not
featuring Michael Cole.
Featuring Michael Cole. It's really not a bad start. You know, it's not the greatest show in the world, but for what we got, I gotta say, I left going, yeah, that was a pretty entertaining show. It was solid. It wasn't spectacular. There were some problems with it, and we'll talk about that in a second. But we have a lot to say. But for the most part, good job, girls. You showed WWE that the women can do it just as good as the men. And I dare say this show was better than some WWE pay-per-views this year that involved the men. So, good stuff.
Kudos.
Kudos to you. That was a solid show. What about you? How'd you feel about it overall?
I'm just more upset that it took this long to get a female
all women's pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And we were talking about this during the live reactions, how this pay-per-view came across, and we'll get into that in just a second. But before we do, if this is the first time you're watching your boy Alyx, man, do yourself a favor and like the video. The goal for this video, 200 likes. Every video going forward, I'm always saying a goal for likes. Last week it was 150, and we crushed that. So I thought, let's get more ambitious. Let's do 200. So for this video, let's go 200 likes.
What you gonna do when you get the 200 likes? Like, you're gonna do a specific type of review or whatever?
I don't know, man. What do you guys want me to do? I don't mind doing a request.
Well, I'm just saying, like, a themed thing where it's like, hey, y'all give me 200 likes, and I'll literally do a video about my favorite wrestler.
Or like a review that they request or something like that. We'll see.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea. But also subscribe while you're at it. Click that subscribe button and click the bell. If this is the first time and you want to help expand the brand of your boy Alyx, man, you can do a couple of things. You can like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter at AlyxManBX1. You can buy yourself a AlyxMan t-shirt at Pro Wrestling Tees. You can donate using PayPal, Patreon, or Super Chat. But most importantly, you can also get yourself a Wrestle Crate. This channel is sponsored by Wrestle Crate, which is a monthly subscription service that sends you wrestling merchandise straight to your door for a monthly subscription price. If you want yourself a Wrestle Crate, you can get your box right now by subscribing to the link below. And if you use the promo code DeluxeMan, you will get your first box 20% off. Once again, promo code DeluxeMan, get your first box 20% off. So, Saudi Arabia. Let's talk
we're
about.
Gonna just talk about that.
Let's go right into it, because let's be real. The only reason why this pay-per-view existed is because WWE left the women off of Saudi Arabia. Let's just call it like it is. Let's not BS it. Let's not play up this idea that this was always going to happen. I would love to be naive enough to say it, but no. The whole thing about Saudi Arabia, about the women not going over there, them not getting paid for it, the women being disrespected, because I can tell you this story. They actually did a video package promoting the event over in Saudi Arabia, and they had a hissy fit about it. Saudi Arabia threw a hissy fit about it.
Because there was women wrestlers.
Exactly. And when you see stuff like that, it just kind of makes you go, why even do business with them? But as you can imagine, that did not sit right with the women. So as a way to apologize to them, they went, you know what? We're going to give you your event where you get paid. No man is getting a paycheck. It's all just you. So, I hate to say it. This is basically an apology from WWE. Not something that should have been done. Like you were just saying. Like you were talking about in the live reactions. WWE has been around for 3 decades now. Yeah. Could have done this pay-per-view at any time. Should have been done this.
Yeah.
But now they do it. I mean, how do you feel about that?
Well, no, that's my point. Like, I'm not saying I'm not happy that Evolution happened. I hate how we got here.
Yeah.
I hate the fact that this only happened because of the Saudi Arabia thing. And then and I just, like, I don't understand. It's like, it taints the event because it makes me feel like it wouldn't have happened unless your hands were forced.
Exactly. Like, if we haven't even been in the Saudi Arabia business or doing this deal with Saudi Arabia, this would never happened at all. And that's what's sad about it. a show that we should have already gotten would have not even happened if WWE didn't get backlash from the people that are giving them money.
Yeah, it's like you only are going to do this because your hands were forced. Or I should say, because you wanted that Saudi Arabian money, and you were willing to, like, oh, you guys aren't wrestling, that's fine. Here's a constellation prize. Evolution.
But we're still here.
I mean...
Yeah, I mean, we got here.
Yeah, but like I said in the stream, you guys literally have a promo thing where you have all these other announcers from Japan, from London, from France, from China, and
the list goes
India,
on. Yeah,
and all that stuff.
Australia, you name it.
Why the fuck aren't we doing it there?
Right.
Any of those places would be better than Saudi Arabia.
Because the women can at least go there.
Right. I mean, I get it because, like, the prince is giving you money. I get it. It's a lot of money. I'm just kind of at the point where it's like, I just did not realize how strapped for cash WWE was to do this. And then even if you were going to do it, fine. Do an event at Saudi Arabia or whatever. But don't put everybody over there. Like, don't put all your heavy hitters over there. Just put a select group.
Right.
Or put the people that the prince requests. I mean, goddamn.
Well, the prince wants legends. He wants Taker, Austin, Rock, HBK, Taker, Triple H. That's why HBK came out of retirement, because he requested it. So, we can talk more about that in a future video, but let's talk about the women, because that's what really matters right now.
That's what's important.
That's what's important. How'd you feel about the fact that we had mostly women taking over the positions? Female referees, female ring announcers, female commentators. Not all of them, Michael Cole, but women literally took over everything.
Well, that's the only issue I honestly had.
Yeah.
Is just the fact that if you guys were going to do this, go balls to wall with it. Have female refs in every match, not just some of them.
Right.
Like, have all female announcers, not all the announcers plus the one guy. Like, because, I mean, in all honesty, WWE, if you don't have confidence in this, that you have to add one guy that the men know, I mean, like... Like, I don't know who's that WWE fan that's like, wait, all women wrestlers? I ain't watching this.
Right.
Like, it's just... But, and then, that's why I was like, if you were going to do it, go all the way.
Right.
Don't half-ass it. I mean...
That was my issue with Michael Cole being there.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like this would have been a great time for Renee Young to lead it. Who cares if she does a good job or not? It's an all-women's pay-per-view.
Yeah.
To me, people were complaining about commentary all night. I wasn't even paying attention to it.
Yeah.
Like, to me, commentary is just there for noise.
Yeah.
Like, if I listen to it and it's actually helpful, awesome. But to me, like, this should have been a great opportunity for them to just put themselves out on a limb and just say, you know what, Renee? We're going to try you out on here commentary. We're going to give you Beth Phoenix. We're going to give you Paige or somebody else that can be like that third wheel in there. A legend. You suggested a legend. Someone that knows the business. Ivory, Molly Holly. They were there.
Yeah, like, why the fuck?
Yeah.
Why couldn't they do it?
I mean, Ivory could have done the match and got right back on commentary. You know? They should have tried a head female announcer. A head female commentator for this show. And having Michael Cole there just kind of, I don't know, it kind of felt like you weren't willing to go all the way with it. And I do think, I agree, it took away from the show a little bit. Not too much, but just a little bit to where I kind of feel like, y'all not going fully in with it. But anything else you want to add to, like, the actual, like, pre-stuff? Like, how do you feel about the set? How do you feel about the audience?
I wasn't really that impressed with the set and the audience. There wasn't a lot of people.
It didn't sell out. It didn't sell out. But they came, though.
Okay.
They were there, but it didn't sell out. And that's what you get when you have a main event like Ronda Rousey and Nikki Bella.
Main event should have been 30 seconds.
Oh, we'll get to that in a second. The stage I like because it was different. I'm so sick and tired of seeing that Raw and SmackDown stage at every pay-per-view. So I'm like, oh, good. We can do different stages. Great. Can we do that more often with pay-per-views? So if we're done with that, want to get into the first match? Awesome. So the first match in the show, I believe, was that tag match between Trish Stratus and Lita taking on Alicia Fox and Mickie James. Now, it was originally Alexa Bliss and Mickie James. Alexa Bliss got a concussion from fighting Ronda Rousey at, I think, Hell in a Cell, and she couldn't wrestle. And that's unfortunate. I feel bad for her that she didn't get a chance to wrestle on the first ever women's pay-per-view. With that said, though, it was good seeing Trish and Lita. They look really good for their age. And I personally think if there were any legends, female legends that could come back, it would be them. I would love to have them back full-time. Screw it. Bring them back full-time. If they can still go, they look good doing it, bring them back. Lita did that moonsault, looked great. It was better than how she looked at the Royal Rumble where she almost hurt her neck. Remember that? Jesus.
Yes, I remember that. That's what I mean when they're trying to blur the lines. Like, just, are they hurt?
Yeah. Are they hurt or are they not? But for the most part, I really didn't have that much of an issue with this match. I liked the costumes that both Alicia Fox and Mickie James, especially Mickie James, the outfit she had was mwah. But it really does highlight this idea where, okay, you could bring back the legends. You could give them some spotlight and they can help the show. Instead of bringing back people like The Undertaker, who you bring him in and then he just takes over the show. He gets the main event and it doesn't really help anybody. You know what I'm saying? These two, I thought they had a good match. They looked good and I had no issues with it. I thought it was a nice way to open the show. Anything you want to add to that?
I honestly don't even remember this match. I just remember that these two teams showed up, and then this one lady was talking shit on the mic, and then got involved halfway through. So I remember that. That's it. Yeah.
So I liked it, and I had no issues with that. So anything else you want to add?
No.
Next up is the Battle Royal.
That I remember.
So you liked this match?
Yes.
Do you want to go first? How did you feel about the Battle Royal overall? Like, what did you like specifically? Like, themes?
I honestly like the fact that this is what I complain about all the time, but there was actually character in this fight.
Characters.
Yeah. Like, there was actually, like, something going on where it literally began with the legends being surrounded by the new talent.
Right.
Then there was that dance-off that happened.
With Carmella, yeah.
Then there was the triple, or was it quadruple suplex?
Quadruple suplex.
Yeah.
And what about Iconic? The Team Rocket, Australian Team Rocket. Oh my god. I love them.
I like them too, but Jesus.
I love them. They're literally that annoying duo that just keeps showing up and they always fail. It's Team Rocket. They are the Team Rocket of WWE.
And I was going to call them the female Australian New Day, but whatever.
Nah. I'll go with Team Rocket. I think Team Rocket's more. That fits them better.
Oh, yeah, whatever.
Anyways, but you're right. Continue, though. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying that, like, I liked them. I'd like to know what they're about.
Was there one particular wrestler that stuck out?
Whoever that Moon chick
Amber
was.
Moon.
Amber Moon.
There you go.
I liked her. I was honestly hoping she was going to win because I wanted Asuka to win, but then she got thrown out halfway through.
Oh, I hated that so much. I hated it.
And then when it was just Amber Moon and the two giants in there.
Yeah, Tamina and Nia Jax.
Then I was like, oh shit, Moon might win.
Yeah, I was getting excited too. I'm like, you know what? She could actually win this match.
Yeah, and then she didn't. And I wasn't happy. I mean, I was okay with
Nia
Jax winning. I wasn't as upset as everybody else was on the chat. But it's just I wanted Moon to win.
So, how do you feel about Nia Jax winning?
Yeah, I'm indifferent. I'm not saying that she's bad, and I'm not saying she's good, but like you said, you did bring up a good point that she already fought against Ronda Rousey, so why are we doing this again?
Yeah!
When we could have a new talent do it? But,
and that's what bothers me about it, because, first off, everything you just put on the table, I completely agree with. I love the quadruple suplex. I love the variety of characters. I love how they got showcased. It felt like everybody got a chance to shine. Even Iconic and their little annoying gig, which is supposed to be annoying, they were in and out. Bam. And then we had a lot of legends in there. I knew all of them. I loved seeing Alundra Blaze. She looked great. Michelle McCool was cool. Molly Holly was awesome. You got to see, I'm trying to remember all the legends. Maria looked amazing. Maria Menounos, the one who was pregnant but came back, looked great. Not Menounos. Maria Kanellis. I'm sorry, y'all. My bad. I'm glad Menounos wasn't in there, though. Maria Kanellis. Kelly looked great. Tori Wilson looked fabulous. And I'm trying to think, like, is that Ivory? From, I told you about Ivory, how she was in
NXT.
Glow.
Oh.
Glow.
Oh, Glow. That's right.
Yeah. The
Netflix thing.
Yeah. Ivory, she looked good. I didn't really have anything to complain about when it came to the match. I didn't like that finish. What the hell? Like, okay, let's just talk about this. Nia Jax was women's champion around WrestleMania time. She beat Alexa Bliss for the championship. And they took the belt right off of her and put it back on Alexa Bliss. You want to know why?
Why?
Because nobody gave a damn about her as champion. Because the idea was to do Nia Jax versus Ronda Rousey at SummerSlam. Mm-hmm. And because nobody gave a damn about Nia Jax, they said, all right, let's give it to Alexa Bliss.
Wow, that's weird. It's like you didn't even give her a chance. But yeah, you give other fuckers a chance that don't deserve it. But that's cool.
Right. So now we're going from, okay, Ronda and Alexa to Ronda and Nikki. And now we're going to go back to Ronda and Nia Jax. Look at all the people on the roster. We got Sasha Banks, Bayley. We just saw Becky and Charlotte. Now, we're going to save Charlotte and Ronda for WrestleMania. Okay, save that back for WrestleMania. But what about Ember Moon? Now, imagine if we did Ember Moon versus Ronda Rousey. No offense. I don't know how he feels about it, but that would be a match I would love to see. You could have done... who's in this match? Asuka versus Ronda Rousey should have been the main event of this show. Like, seriously. That would have been an awesome match. I would have minded to have seen... who the hell's on right? Tamina? No. Dana Brooke? No. Mandy Rose? No. Okay, looking at the people on this goddamn card, you can't do Kelly Kelly, you can't do Medusa because they're legends. All you got is Nia Jax and Ember Moon. Damn it! So you should have just done Ember Moon.
Yeah.
That sucks.
They had two options, and they picked Nia Jax. Okay. They probably did it as an apology for them screwing her over with
I don't give a damn. Nobody wants to see this match again. Seriously, like, I saw it at Money in the Bank, and quite frankly, it was better than I thought it would be. It wasn't bad, but quite frankly, I saw it and I went, all right, I don't need to see this anymore. I'm good. But we're going to do it again. I don't even know why. So,
but we're going to do it again.
For real, like, who asked for this match? Sorry, I didn't like it. Decent match. He thought it was solid, but no. I'm not a fan of that finish. I don't like the fact that we're going from Ronda and Nikki to Ronda and Nia. It's so dumb. But what wasn't dumb was the Mae Young Classic final. So, the finals featured Io Shirai taking on Toni Storm. Now, this guy saw the video package before the match, and in that video package, they said Io Shirai was literally the best female wrestler in Japan.
Yes.
And she is. She's awesome. And she was my pick to win. However, going in, Toni Storm was the favorite because of her failure to win last year. She had that sympathy of, she came that close to winning last year, so she should win this year. And the match happened. I thought it was a good match. Saw a lot of great stuff from Io Shirai. I thought she did some of the best stunts throughout the entire show. But in the end, Toni Storm won. How do you feel about that?
I honestly wasn't cool with it. But it's more because of the promo. Because it's like, what I hate is that, like, a promo, in my opinion, is supposed to show both sides. It's supposed to show who this person is, why they're fighting each other, and why I should root for them.
Right.
But then most of the time, I just got it more from the number one female wrestler, and then this other lady. It's like, and I didn't get any information on that other chick, but we had a whole 15 minutes about how great this lady is and why she's an inspiration and who her favorite wrestler is and what her motivation is and who and like her moveset, all that. I don't know shit about this other person.
So to you, it's kind of like we got all this. We got this biopic epic on Io Shirai, and then we got this little brochure. Here you go. Read it on your own terms when it comes to Toni Storm. And now you're just like, okay, I guess I'm supposed to care about Io Shirai, so she's clearly going to win, right? Nope.
Yeah, it's like you guys did all that. Now it just feels like I was lied to because it just feels like you guys told me all that because she was going to lose.
I hate that. I hate when animes do that too.
Yeah.
That's the anime trick they do. They give you, like how they open up certain animes with this one character. They tell you their backstory. They get you invested, and then that person dies at the end of the episode. I freaking hate that. But, I don't know. For me, I've been following Toni Storm because I watched the Mae Young Classic. So, I actually was perfectly fine with her winning. And I thought Toni Storm getting that trophy and ended up being the winner this year, I thought it actually was fitting because I have a soft spot for someone who failed to win something important one year and then got better and came back and won.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've seen that a lot in all kinds of sports. Even Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls, you know, they would always get the playoff. Like from the the late '80s, they would always make the playoffs, but they would never really make the finals and win the championships. But then they kept trying and they kept trying, and eventually three-peat, and then a double three-peat, and then greatest greatest basketball team of all time. Yeah, let's pass me that baseball, Joel.
No problem. Go to the field goal.
Yay! 3-point touchdown. Anyways. Anyways, but yes.
Touchdown in the soccer net.
Goal! Okay, Toni Storm wins the Mae Young Classic. I thought it was cool, and it was a good match.
I'm not saying it wasn't a good match. I just feel like I got gypped. Because it's like, why the fuck did you tell me all this information and then the Tony lady won? I don't know anything about her.
Right. So what you're basically saying is, fine, you're not mad that she won, you just wish you knew more about her so you can care more.
Yeah, like, I want to give a damn about this victory.
Yeah.
Or, like, if I'm going to be mad, I want to be mad because, like, oh, the villain won! Oh!
Yeah.
Not, damn, I don't know who this is, and she won, and she beat
That's what it is. It's kind of like, look, you can tell she worked hard, and you want to care, but you're unable to, and that's why you're upset.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm more upset because it feels like you guys didn't, like, she's going to win, so we don't need to tell the audience about this bitch.
Well, I'll tell you what I was upset about. Mm-hmm. This next match. Should we move on?
Yeah.
6 women tag. Bayley, Sasha, Natalya taking on the Riot Squad. That's Ruby Riott. That's Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan, I think. Yeah, Sarah Logan.
Uh-huh.
Dude, I'm going to keep this short. This was a Raw match. This was a Monday Night Raw match on a pay-per-view. Nobody needs to see this match.
Dude, I don't even remember the match.
I don't either. The thing is, they do this match all the goddamn time on Raw. Just replace Natalya with Ember Moon or Nia Jax.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same damn match over and over and over again, and nothing comes from it. Mm. I at least would have appreciated if we got a heel turn from Sasha or Bayley, because they've been doing this thing where they've been having issues with each other.
Yeah.
And I was thinking that, okay, well, maybe this is when they do the big turn, and no, we didn't get that. They just had a match and they won. So I don't get it. I don't understand why we did this match. It was a waste of time. It was pointless. So, was it bad? No, but I don't remember it. The good guys won. Bayley, Sasha, and Natalya win the match because the Sasha hit a Latino heat, like Eddie Guerrero frog splash, which I like that. But and Natalya hit that double sharpshooter. I like that too. Mm-hmm. But other than that, that's it. Like, you have anything you can say about this match?
Honestly, I don't remember. Like, in all honesty, I just remember that people fought. I don't know what they did. Mm-hmm. I don't even know why they fought.
Nobody does! Like, what are you fighting for? Why did this match happen? At the end of the day, did this match accomplish anything? No.
Yeah, did this, like, make their character, like, did it fix their storyline? Did it make their characters better?
Right.
Like, what happened? It just seemed like a match happened.
Right.
I mean, people on the chat were talking about, oh, this is a potty break match.
Right.
So it's like, that's how I felt about this one.
It's ridiculous, man. So apparently a super chat went by and it never came on. So I'll read it real quick. Eric Gonzalez threw the super chat. I am so ticked off about the Kairi Sane match. Oh, Lord, they screwed my baby girl. We can talk about it because it's next.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about it. NXT Women's Championship. Shayna Baszler taking on yo girl, Kairi Sane. Please, take this second, take the time to talk about Kairi Sane. How do you feel about the Pirate Princess?
No, I love everything about her. Like, she's a prime example. I mean, I know it's a weak gimmick that essentially it's just that she's a pirate and a pirate princess, no less. But the fact of the matter is that I remembered her from that last time. I've only seen her fight once, and I still remember her. And it's not only that, but she goes all in.
Yeah.
On the pirate thing.
She came out with that treasure chest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she came out with the treasure chest. She has the hat. She has everything. The symbol. All of that.
The little telescope. Yeah. Walk the plank.
Yeah, like
yeah.
Everything fits with that, and so it's like I can't take my eyes off because when she's selling it.
Yeah, man, that's really crazy. Apparently I missed the super chat. I'm gonna go back and I did miss the super chat. Sorry about that. So in HP 2012, Medusa should have been on commentary. Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
Medusa was the legend, one of the legends of the match.
Yeah.
It's basically saying what you said. But now that you're talking about Kyrie, though, how did you feel about the match overall? Like, you saw Shayna Baszler, who's the UFC MMA, Ronda Rousey 2.0 type.
Yeah, but that's the problem I had.
Yeah.
I knew more about the Pirate Princess than this other chick. And then you guys already have your person from a different field coming in thing. Mm-hmm. So why do we have two formerly MMA fighters here?
I mean, there's nothing wrong with having two types, but if you're gonna bring in two people from the same industry, make sure they're different. Was she different than Ronda Rousey?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if she's different. I don't know anything about her.
Right.
Apparently, the Pirate Princess fought against a block of wood, as far as I knew.
No, we had this conversation too during the live stream. I told you that her name was the Queen of Space, and you went, "Ooh, I like that."
No,
Tell me more.
No, like, seriously, like when you told me it's like she's known as the Queen of Space, I'm like,
okay.
Oh, all right, you got my attention. Like, what are we gonna do with that?
And
like,
I went.
Do you have like a deck of like? Do you have a king? Is there a Queen of like hearts? Like,
do you have a finisher called the Royal Flush?
Yeah, like go in on that.
Like, where are we going with this? Like, do you like carry around cards that are like sharp, and when you throw them, it's like, nah. Like, where are we going with this?
Are all your clothes card themed? Do you have a deck that you just fucking throw at people's faces? Like
then when you talk in the microphone, do you talk in like maybe like an old English like royalty kind of thing?
Yeah.
Where is this going at? Give me more. I like the start of it. I like the concept. Where's the execution?
And then not to mention, why are you called by your name then? Just be called the Queen of Spades.
Right. So we were talking about it on live reactions. He equates it to The Purge. Great concept. Like, on paper, probably the best horror film concept in the history. Mm-hmm. But then the movie itself, execution of it was kind of, we could have done better, you know? And that's how you feel about Shayna Baszler.
Yeah, there's so many angles you could have went with it, but you went with the generic house invasion.
Right. But regardless of the character and the gimmick, how'd you feel about the match? The match itself.
Oh, I mean, the match was good. Okay. I mean, I actually, like... Because that chick picked her up in an arm lock. And had
her hanging on it.
And...
You felt like she was from MMA.
No, see, that's brutal right there.
But you felt like, okay, this means business. She is from MMA. Mm-hmm. So you actually know what's happening here. Okay, but what about I'm just trying to think. How'd you feel about Kairi Sane's in-ring style? Because it was so much different. She was doing all kinds of crazy moves and high flying.
Oh no, I mean,
you know,
like I said, I think she was great.
Okay,
but I mean, honestly, she just left such an impression on me that I honestly I don't know all of the moves that she did, and I'm not saying that Walk the Plank was bad or anything. Okay. It's just me, I'm like, I like the fact that she stuck with Pirate Thieves.
So, talk about the ending, the thing that pissed everybody off. You had the MMA 4 horsewomen, Serena Safir.
Oh yeah, okay, that. I mean, I'm tired of it. I mean, I know that's kind of part of the whole wrestling thing. Yeah. That she only won because of interference.
Right.
But it's just so rare to actually see a match where someone tried to cheat and they still fucking lose. Mm-hmm. I wanted to see that someone tried to cheat and the cheating didn't work.
Right.
But most of the time it's just they cheated and it worked, and then that's supposed to spur me to watch next week so that someone can get their revenge.
I guess.
But everybody's getting their revenge. Can you give me another reason, please?
It's just okay. We've seen this so many times before. You at one point would go, can we actually do something different where, fine, if you're going to do that, can it actually fail? Yeah. And she still wins?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you just they're going to interfere. Let me guess, she loses, right? Oh, what a shock.
Yeah, that's how I feel every time. Someone interfered.
I guess she's losing, right?
Yeah, because I could almost see it as she interfered and she's doing all these sweet moves on the person that's interfering, then the person they're fighting against gets them, pins them, and then match over. Or they're fighting in the match, and then the person interfering hits them really hard, and then they're down for the count.
Right. 1 second before I give you my opinions, I'm gonna test this. I'm gonna test the super chat real quick to make sure it works.
Test it.
Because it should be working right now. I don't know what's going on.
How's it not working?
I have no idea. Because I'm live and it should be fine. It should be working pretty. Because it was working during the live stream, right?
Mm-hmm.
The last live stream.
I thought it was. So
hopefully I didn't disable it by accident.
Oh, you mean the super chat stuff?
Yeah, that's weird. So it says it's enabled. Test super chat. Doesn't seem to be coming through. Well, oh well. Sorry, we'll just do it old school way.
I guess so.
All right, so my thoughts. Thought the match was great. Thought Kairi Sane looked awesome. Love everything about her character, like you said. Everything that you said, I echo 100%.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate Shayna Baszler a lot more because I understand that style.
Yeah.
Like when she was doing that arm lock where she hung her over the ropes. I asked you, what do you call that move? Like, because you do karate, so I'm thinking, is there like a technical move for that? Can you teach me that move or something like that?
I mean, technically, but I don't know the technical name for it. It's just technically it's an arm bar, but,
right? But
she's hanging from
right. And see, what I like about her style is like she would get her arm and then she would contort it and joint manipulate it, and it looked like she was actually hurting her. And speaking of actually hurting, you knew they were weird. When you saw the match, you saw some moments where like, oh, she actually hit her. Because they were stiff shots.
Yeah.
And I actually thought that added more. Because anytime you can put me in that world or put me in that mindset that they're actually hitting each other, whether it's for real or not.
They're either selling it really well or they actually are hitting each other.
Right. Then I think that's how you create the idea that the wrestling or what they're doing isn't, it takes you, it puts you into it. It puts you into their fantasy world. And I like that. And for me, like, I know a lot of people were pissed off about that ending. I get it. Did I like it? No, but I wasn't supposed to like it.
Yeah.
I wasn't supposed to get behind Shayna for that. I feel sorry for Kairi. But guess what that means? Rematch.
Yeah.
That means we're going to do the match again. Hopefully it's a stipulation to it this time. Because you already know if they're going to get those 4 horsewomen involved, she can't just do a regular match. So,
yeah, but that's the problem I have with it. Because it's like, oh, she cheated. That means there's going to be a rematch. Well, no. What the fuck is going to happen, I wonder?
Right.
She either wins because it's just like, she either wins fair, but it still doesn't change the fact that you cheated.
Right.
Or you lose because you're cheating. Mm-hmm. Yay!
So, however it goes, I have to say that I thoroughly enjoyed this match. And I also told them the trick to determining if Triple H was running a match is to look at how the match is presented. Like every time before the match, the lights would go off and then the blue light would shine on them. Mm-hmm. And they did that for the last 3 matches.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this match and the next match was off the chain. Mm-hmm. That main event match, I kind of question.
Oh, we'll get into that.
Yeah. But, great match! Mm-hmm. Anything else you want to say about it?
Nope.
Then let's get to the match of the evening. If there was ever a match that could steal a show, if there was ever a match that would be the very definition of a show stealer, it would be this match. Last woman standing, SmackDown Women's Championship. Becky Lynch taking on Charlotte Flair. I'm going to give you the floor first because I want to get your opinion on the story that we got. Mm-hmm. So you know about Becky turning on Charlotte at SummerSlam, her getting the championship, and her being that villain that is doing everything she can
to get the belt.
To keep the belt.
Yeah.
Because she spent so long
trying to get it.
And Charlotte has been given opportunities to get it. She's only gotten, like, 1. Mm-hmm. And the first time she got the opportunity, which was back in, like, 2016, she won the belt, and she never got one for, like, over a year and a half. Mm-hmm. And now she gets it again. She loses it at SummerSlam. Now she changes her ways, and all of a sudden, she's champion. The thing is, the story is telling you she's a villain. The story is telling you should hate this woman.
Yeah.
But the fans don't. You were there. You were watching the show while the fans were chanting Becky loud and booing the hell out of Charlotte. How do you feel about that? Like, you're someone that is highly character driven. Like, you're very good at storytelling. When you have people that read your stories and you try to get them to feel a certain way about a character, but then they don't. Like, how do you feel about that?
Well, no, but that's the thing that bugs the hell out of me about this shit.
Yeah.
It's like, it's that funny moment where it's like when WWE is not supposed to give a shit about what the fans think.
Right.
That's when they do.
Right.
And when they are supposed to give a fuck, they don't.
Right.
And it's so funny because all I'm thinking is like, you know why they like her? Because she is a villain and she's doing a good job at being a villain and everyone's cheering her. And then, you know, them booing Flair, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Right.
Go with that.
Right.
Roll with it. Roll with the idea that it's like, oh, she's getting booed. Then you make it so that she's worth cheering for. Or make it so that, oh, the fans booing her is what turns her into the dark side.
Yeah.
And to the point where even if she wins, she only wins because she went down to the same level.
Right.
Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, you can do that. If they're just making this shit up as they're going along, why don't they read the room?
Right.
But
so your thing is, like you said, read the room. The fans are cheering Becky. All right. Make her the good guy then. You can keep her aggressive. You can keep her being this sawn off, I guess, rebel in a sense.
No, I mean, I'm all for keeping Becky as a villain. Like, let them cheer for her.
Yeah.
That's great. Like, they're cheering for her because she's a good character.
Yeah, she's three-dimensional.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, you got, like, they go so superficial with it. Like, oh, they're cheering the villain. We got to change something. No, they're cheering a three-dimensional character.
Yeah.
And they're booing the person that's fighting against them.
Yeah, that's not quite the three-dimensional character that she is.
Yeah, I mean, and then that's not to say that people are hating Flair.
Yeah.
It's more that they like
Becky
more than her.
Yeah.
And that's not, like, that's the thing I hate. They just go onto the stream like, oh, they're booing her. We gotta fix this. No, ass. Maybe this is a good thing, but instead it's that weird moment where, because it's not the reaction that they wanted, they panic and they try to overcorrect.
By having Becky run away.
Yeah.
And act like a coward.
Right, and I'm like, that...
Now
is that part of her character?
Yeah, now you're just killing her character just to get the reaction you want, which
right.
is dumb, and that's why I hate that. Because you're right. If they would have just kept her how she was at SummerSlam, just someone who just got tired of following the rules and was a rebel that just did things her way, I would have been cool with it. But the moment you started making her a coward and you started making her run away from Charlotte just to keep her belt, and that was the story you wanted to tell. And then during that video package where she was with Edge, when she told him, don't hurt yourself going out of the ring, they had booze in there. Which
that I actually hated. Yeah. Like, they added booze to make it seem like people didn't care, but it's like, no, add what was there.
Go, be honest. The fans love Becky. Okay. Work that into your story. Why would they hate her?
Well, because that's the thing that I hate is like they're assuming that them cheering for her is that they're rooting for a villain, and it's like maybe it's not that they're rooting for her being a villain. Maybe it's because the dig that she did was funny and was good. Maybe the reaction she gave was just a really good one. Like, that's it.
Maybe she's just naturally likable and people don't want to hate her.
I don't know.
Like, it's so many things that go into that.
Oh, and to answer the fans' question, yes, I do have a YouTube channel, but no, I have not uploaded anything on there. But,
right,
like, depending on life and if people actually give a shit about my opinion on things, who knows? Because literally through the chat, we were talking about anime of all things.
Right,
we were talking about Dragon Ball Z and shit.
But I do want to go ahead and get into the match now, so. If you don't mind, I'm going to take the floor away from you, and I'm going to talk about how awesome this match is.
Why the fuck? No, anyway.
Yeah, but I just wanted to get your opinion on that, because you went first in the last few matches. This is why I personally feel like pay-per-views like this should happen a lot more often, because then we get matches like this. They actually did a really good job. Whether we like how they set it up or who was in the roles, none of that matters. Becky was a really good villain. She did her role very well. She made it convincing. She worked it to a point where people actually gave a damn. What's the three rules we say? Who are these people? Why are they fighting? Why should I care?
Yes.
And they answered all those questions. You knew who Becky is. You know who Charlotte is. You know why they were fighting. for the women's championship.
Yeah.
And you cared because there was an interesting story behind it. Like, there's this woman who, Charlotte, by the way, who gets given everything. She is hand-fed, and we say hand-fed, but she is privileged because she's the daughter of who? Ric Flair. Woo! The Nature Boy. And she's fighting this other woman who's Becky Lynch, who, let's be real, she is an underdog character who went bad. She's the good girl who went bad because life fucked her over.
Yeah.
And you feel for that. You like, I can relate to that. And do you see?
Because when they said the whole storyline was like, oh, she tried it the right way for the longest time, and then she got fucked over. I was like, you know what? Fuck you.
Yeah. I'm like,
I was like, okay, I can't.
I can't. I get it. You know? But then you watch the match, and then you see them beating the living piss out of each other, using weapons, using chairs. When they threw chairs in the ring, and then she dropped Becky on the back of her head on the chairs, the figure 4 on the ladder. The moonsault, the first moonsault that didn't break the table.
I was so annoyed by that.
Yeah, but then the next one she made up for it and corrected it.
No, but I'm saying it's like, no, you fucked up.
Yeah.
Move on. Don't go back and try to do it again. That's how you're going to hurt yourself.
Yeah, but I even love how creative they got. Like when Charlotte was laying on the floor on the outside, she buried her under chairs and other stuff. I thought that was clever. Charlotte still got up.
Yeah.
Which was surprising. And then I don't know what she did after that, but then she did something to Charlotte where Charlotte got up and then she was all like, oh crap. And then she did the whole, no, don't hurt me. And then she chased after her with the candlestick. And then the ending saw her being powerbombed through a table, which looked like it hurt like a bitch.
Yeah.
And at the end, Becky ends up winning. She beat Charlotte clean. So after all of that, after everything about her being a coward, about her being scared, in the end, Becky came out the victor.
And she won.
And she won. So guess what happens to Charlotte? Bam! Back to the line. Because you've had how many opportunities now? You lost to Hell in a Cell. You had a Super Showdown, SmackDown, and this. 3 opportunities, and you lost all of them. Get to the back of the line.
Great.
Back of the line. So someone else has to fight Becky now. Which, good! Cool! I'm cool with that. I think Asuka would be a great opponent for her. We can still get Asuka. We can do other people if you want. But, yeah, I don't think we need to do Becky and Charlotte no more. I think we're good. Now, when it comes to where this match fits, because I'm seeing people saying this is the best female wrestling match in WWE history in terms of the main roster. And
I guess I wouldn't know.
I can't necessarily say it's the greatest. I still think that's Trish and Lita, because Trish and Lita had, in my opinion, the best female match in WWE history. That was in 2004, though. And that was the match that Nia almost broke her neck when Suicide died. But even
not for nothing, but like regardless of how cool a match is, if a wrestler ends up so injured that they can't wrestle anymore or for a long time, I'm not sure if it's a good match or not.
Right.
Because someone fucked up. Like, badly.
But with that said, though, there have been other female matches. Sasha Banks versus Charlotte, Sasha Banks versus Bayley, many others that I feel were better. You know, I can't really sit here and say Becky and Charlotte had the greatest female match in WWE history. Not yet. Like, I feel like, is it an awesome match? Absolutely. Is it one of the best? You can argue that. Absolutely. I don't know if I can honestly sit here and tell you I saw the greatest female wrestling match in WWE history. All I can tell you is what I saw was amazing, and I think you would like it if you saw it. I'm just happy Becky Lynch is still champion, because she worked too hard for that belt. Alright, so I talked enough. Take it. How did you feel about the match, and add anything that you felt?
Oh, I mean, I said everything I needed to say in the beginning, though.
Okay.
About the match. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad. It's just halfway through, I was like, oh my god, just end. Like, how much pain did they have to go through?
But that's just it. Like, when he said just end, it's one of those things. It's like, okay, you are beating it. You're going to kill each other in the match before someone dies, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh my god, you don't have to do the table twice. You
Yeah.
fucked up. Move on. Oh, we're doing this again. Okay. Great. Just, yay, I suppose.
Yeah, one person called it one of the best matches of the year.
Sure.
I mean,
I don't know. Like, I'm not saying
it's their opinion.
I'm not saying it isn't. I just honestly, it's one of those things where I can't think of one better at the moment.
Right. So, okay. I mean, if they want to think that, go for it.
Moving on.
So, I'm taking my time because next match is that match.
Oh, why you stalling? Just say it.
God damn it. One more time. I loved the last women's standing match. Recommend you go see it. But it's sad that we have to go from that match to the main event.
Literally the best match to this shit.
To the worst match. And unfortunately, it's the match that everyone predicted would be the worst match. And that's Ronda Rousey versus Nikki Bella for the Raw Women's Championship. What the hell was this? We already knew Nikki Bella was injured. She had a history of neck injuries. So we couldn't do much with her. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking, okay.
Then why are they fighting? If she's that injured, then why is there a match?
If she's that injury prone, yeah, why is there a match? It's just, when I saw the match, I'm thinking, okay, one of two things are going to happen. It's going to be a squash match. It's going to be in and out, Ronda beats her, and that's it. Or something's going to go down where some screwy Stephanie McMahon gets involved. Brie Bella does twin magic and ends up replacing her, some crap like that. The referee is paid off to work for her. I'm thinking something is going to happen where the match stops, isn't really the match. It's more bells and whistles and stuff like that to carry on the fact that Nikki Bella can hold her actual match. No, they gave him 15 minutes, and Nikki Bella did horrible. It wasn't a good match. It wasn't. I'm trying to really remember one instance where it was good. No, the only good part was when it ended. Seriously.
The only good part is when it ended.
It's when it was over. Because then it was like, oh good, I get to do the review now. This match did nothing for anybody. Nikki Bella didn't come out looking better. Matter of fact, Ronda came out looking worse. Because I'm like, oh good. Now we know that she can't have a good match with everybody. Great. Wonderful. Because at least to me, if Ronda would have had a decent match with Nikki Bella, I would have been like, I'll take it. It's Nikki Bella. She's not the best wrestler in the world. No, she couldn't even do that because Ronda just got here. She's still new. So I'm not mad at her. But still, you don't want the idea that Ronda Rousey can't have a good match with everybody to be on your, something that people know you for. Again, it's not necessarily a bad thing because it's not necessarily abnormal to not have a good match with everybody. Mm-hmm. But still, I just feel like we could have done something so much better, and that's what bothers me. Think of the people we had on this goddamn show.
The Bellas in black licorice on Halloween, nobody wants it.
The Bellas look like black licorice on Halloween, nobody wants it. Wow. I agree. That's kind of messed up.
Sorry to interrupt, but I was like, since this is a super chat,
and it's not appearing for some reason on the live streams, and I apologize for that, guys. I don't know what the deal is with that. But, yeah, man, I hated this match. So many rest holds, so many moments where I'm just like, oh my God, do something! And nothing happened, and then it ended. And so I'm like, what, why? Why? Did anybody really get anything out of that match? I was going to say a year from now, a week from now.
No, dude, we were on our phone.
Literally, the live reaction was this. Me on my phone on Twitter. I didn't care. I didn't give a damn. I didn't give a damn then, and I don't give a damn now. And I did a video, and I'll let you guys. Swear to God, you will get a chance to go. Uh-huh. I did a video weeks ago where I said Nikki Bella and Brie Bella being what they are is not their fault. However, they need to meet the standard. Now, WWE brought them in to be divas. Now, we'll talk about that because I want to ask you your opinion on divas again. Mm-hmm. You'll get a chance to talk about it too. They brought them in as divas, which is basically eye candy. Uh-huh. Come in, look good, make the people that you're working for look good, and then they would grow into female wrestlers.
So what happened was they hired models and trained them as wrestlers.
Yeah. And they never really got out of that model mode. Matter of fact, they just basically made a name for themselves in that model mode. And WWE said, hey, I guess we're going to run with this. Total Divas. Mm-hmm. Reality TV show. Pop sensations. And that's the problem because WWE has spent years telling the world that these girls are legends, are pioneers. That they, what did they say? Broke down barriers.
I'm not saying that they didn't. It's just not in the ways that they're trying to hype it up.
I know.
That's why it feels like a lie.
Yeah, and you get to talk more about that when you get a chance to, go. It's just, the problem is, sure, you can argue that Nikki Bella is getting us some notoriety in certain genres of entertainment. But to call them legends, to call them pioneers, to put them in the same category as Trish Stratus and Lita, you don't even know who those two are. But even you can go, no, you are not those two, and I've only seen them once. Mm-hmm. Michelle McCool as Medusa, as you name it, China.
Yeah.
Like, you think legend, you think China, and you go, no.
You ain't even... Fuck.
You're not even Charlotte Flair.
Man,
you're not even Becky Lynch.
Like, real talk. Okay, first off, someone asked, what is my YouTube channel? Well, my YouTube channel, look up Scenario, and that's me. Or that's my YouTube channel. I haven't uploaded anything, but since someone's curious, there it is. Now, to answer your thing, it's like, China, in my opinion, is like an S-rank level person.
Right.
She's a legend. Everyone knows who she is. Yeah. People that don't like wrestling knows who the fuck she is.
Yeah.
Y'all? Only people that know about wrestling know about you bitches.
And they don't even like you.
Yeah. Yeah. But whatever, man.
But, I've said all I need to say about this match. Ronda Rousey kept the belt, thank God. Because I was scared they were going to give the belt to Nikki Bella, which would have been stupid.
Oh, I wouldn't have cared. Like, what difference would it make? They're just upping Ronda's street cred because she's the new face. Mm-hmm. And they're just trying to show how great she is because they're literally trying to do the same thing that they did with Brock Lesnar, but with her.
I love this. They're not even Alexa Bliss. That's true. But overall, that's how I felt about the match. I'm going to turn the floor over to him. Express your opinions about the match, Nikki Bella, the diva stuff.
Okay, dude, seriously, the second you said Bella was dealing with neck problems, I was like, what the motherfucker am I watching?
Yeah.
And then I just grabbed my phone. I wasn't even trying to. Most of the time when we do this, I just keep my phone in my pocket and I only answer it if it's like important. I rarely get texts. So when I do, it's like, oh, what is this? Oh, okay. I'll check that later. This time I was like finding excuses to go on my phone.
Right, like, get me through this. I want this to be over with.
So I was like literally on Instagram like, I wonder what's going on here. Did they fight? Okay. Yeah. Are they still fighting? Cool. Wait, why is the other twin getting involved in, it's to protect her neck. Got it.
Yeah.
Like, shame.
It took you out of it, because now it's just like, oh my gosh, she's going to slam both the Bella twins, and you're thinking, oh wait, she's just there to make sure she doesn't hurt her neck. Mm-hmm. Damn it. So now you just, oh wait, it's scripted. Oh wait, it's what's the word for predetermined.
Yeah, predetermined.
It took you out of the fantasy world. Like, you went from being engulfed in Becky and Charlotte, stop killing each other in the match before you guys die, to, oh, okay, well, she's clearly doing that so she doesn't get hurt.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Continue.
71. We're at 71 likes.
All right, let's get the 200, guys. 200 likes. Let's go. 71. Woo! But continue.
But no, it's like, it's like what we just said before. My 3-rule requirement is who's fighting, why are they fighting, and why should I care?
Okay.
I know who's fighting, and I know why they're fighting, but I don't care.
Because you have no reason to.
Yeah, I have no reason to care. It's like, okay, she wins the belt, then what? She loses the belt, then what? What the fuck is good? Like, shit.
Did you honestly believe, like, honestly to God, when you first saw this match, did you really think Ronda was going to lose that belt?
It's not about that, but that's the point, though. A match, you know what a good match is? Is that no matter who wins, no matter who loses, everyone wins.
Right.
That's a good match.
Right.
Like, a good match is this, I want to see these motherfuckers fight. I want to see the outcome. I want to know who's fighting. I want to know how they got here. I want to know who won.
I want to be reminded why I'm a wrestling fan.
Yes.
Yes.
Like that. Like, I mean, we said this in the chat. Or actually, no, we said this, like, during break.
Right.
But it's just, I know I'm a casual viewer, and I know I'm not exactly, like, a wrestling fan, but what bugs the hell out of me is, it's shit like this, where it's like, look, I'm not expecting, like, a 5-course meal every time I tune in to WWE, but I just hate the idea that out of the entire year, there's literally only, like, maybe 2 shows that are like, oh my god, I totally get why y'all watch this shit. And out of it, there's maybe like one match in each show that I'm like, damn!
Right.
But most of the other time, it's like, is it too hard to ask for just okay? For just good enough in a pay-per-view that happens once a month?
Is it that bad that we have to get to that point, though? Like, you don't ask for much, and this is something that even wrestling fans do. He's a casual viewer, so you already know what his standards are. Not saying your standards are crap, but people just think because I'm a hardcore fan, I want everything to be WrestleMania 17, which is the best pay-per-view of all time. And I'm thinking to myself, no, that all I want really is a story that is engaging, where I know who the characters are. I know they are doing something that's important. They have a direction. They have a purpose.
A motive.
A motive for why they're there. And then I get good action on top of that. That works for any TV show. It's not just wrestling. That is the standard for any TV show.
It's the standard for any story.
Thank you.
But that's why, because that's what I was talking about earlier, because someone in the chat was like saying like what my description of a perfect show or a perfect match would be. And in all honesty, it's just, my whole thing is like there has to be a good balance and everything has to be answered. Because, okay, real talk, I'm the kind of guy that I want to know what the situation is from the start, and then I see how it plays out.
Right.
I don't want to have to watch a thing to then wonder, like, okay, I have to get all my questions answered while I go through it. Like, I'm not saying that I don't want some of my questions answered, but it's like, tell me who the villains are, who the good guy is, what is happening.
Why is this happening?
Why is this happening? And let me see what happens.
Yeah.
But instead, you tell me, all right, here's a guy. All right, who's the villain? You'll find out soon enough. Okay. What are they after? You'll find out. Okay.
And then you find out who the villain is. It's like, why
Wait.
the fuck is he the villain?
Yeah, because you know why I feel that way? Because since you didn't tell me or show me, I had to find out, and then when I found out, I'm like, I'm questioning if this is real,
like,
or if this is true, or why.
You're questioning why you're wasting your goddamn time.
Yes. Why am I here?
But see, that's bringing it full circle. That's the problem with this main event. From day one, when Ronda Rousey won that belt at SummerSlam, you were there.
Yeah.
The Bella Twins got into the ring. What's the first thing I said?
Why are
you there? Why are you in the goddamn ring?
No, that's what I said too. Because I was like, okay, why are they there? There was never an establishment of them being friends
at all. But they were there. Like okay.
It would be one thing if the Bellas were coaching her or trying to show her the ropes and she's new to WWE or some shit.
Or she looked up to them like, I love the Bella Twins, and they're just like, oh, let us be there in support of you. Even if that was stupid, it's kind of like, why would you like the Bella Twins? If they would have put that story out there, I would have been like, at least that's something. But no, they walked into the ring and we're like, what's going on here? Why are y'all there? Why is she cool with you? You would think she wouldn't be cool with you because you represent a dark period of female wrestling. Mm-hmm. But they're going around, they're friends. Why are y'all friends? What do y'all have in common? What's going on here? And then next thing you know, they turn on her and she's crying and she's sad. But I'm like, wait, you don't even know these girls. What's going on? I missed this. Why are you sad about this? And all of a sudden, Ronda Rousey says that zinger about Nikki Bella, the only door you broke down was John Cena's bedroom door. Mm-hmm. And then he kicked you out that same door. And everybody's like, oh my God, this feud's going to be awesome. And I went, no, that was a good line.
Yeah, that was a good dig, but it doesn't make sense for doesn't make sense the betrayal. It does. I mean, okay, it makes sense, but it's weak to me.
I was just
I get it. They're like, oh, the thunder was taken from them,
yeah.
So they're trying to steal it back from Ronda Rousey. But I'm like, really, y'all were the kind of self-centered bitches in the wrestling world? Is that their character? Because I don't know. Like, is that a normal thing, or is this their heel turn?
And then the thing is, what's sad about this is, when you talk about the Bella Twins, when we talk about characters...
what about Roman Reigns? Oh, we'll get to that.
Well, I'm saving him for last. Because we're going to get all your opinions, even on Saudi Arabia, if you want to go into that more. Uh-huh. It's just, to me, when we talk about characters, we talk about development of characters, the direction, of why they do what they do. You look at someone like Becky Lynch, and you get it. Mm-hmm. I tell you about Becky Lynch, you go, I know exactly what she's all about. I understand what she's all about. Do I agree with it? No, but it doesn't matter. She's a three-dimensional character.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have to agree with what she's doing. I need to understand and relate.
Yeah, and you do.
Yeah.
It's a character. You get it. The Bella Twins have no direction, have no motive, don't even understand what they are, why they do what they do, why they're here. If you ask them, why did you get into wrestling? Why do you give a damn about women's evolution? Why do you give a damn if the wrestling business even succeeds? Like, how does it benefit you in that way? Like, literally, I wonder that, like, if they was to leave wrestling right now, would they even be hurt by it? So that problem is why they have such a hard time forming that connection. And what happens is WWE has to now rely on them as reality TV stars, because them as reality TV stars is completely different than as wrestlers. They have their audience as reality TV stars. Respect. Hey, congratulations, you have an audience. They have a YouTube channel with 1 million viewers, which is not... I hate that, by the way. So it's like, okay, so we're supposed to feel happy that a celebrity that was in front of millions comes to YouTube and then they get millions of subscribers.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I mean, congratulations. You literally just took your fans from a bigger outlet and brought them here.
I know.
I mean, I'm not saying it's not an accomplishment, because fuck, Lord knows I don't have any subscribers. So, and you know, I get it. It's a big deal. I'm just not as impressed when it's like, oh, there's a guy literally with his camera playing games, got 1 million subscribers because he's likable, versus someone that's from a different thing. It just seems
that was a freaking movie star.
Yeah, like it doesn't seem fair, or
it's not fair.
or at the very least, it doesn't seem like much of an accomplishment. Because I can tell you right now, if, like, for example, Bryan Cranston just showed up with a YouTube channel talking about his latest movie and he gets 1 million subscribers, I'm not saying that bad for him. I'm saying that I don't feel that it was as earned as a nobody that became a somebody.
I'm sorry, but like the brightest star, the biggest star of Breaking Bad gets 1 million subscribers. Oh, tell me something else new. You know,
shock.
Like Will Smith coming to YouTube and having 1 million subscribers. Oh, tell me something else new. The Rock coming to YouTube, getting 1 million subscribers. Oh, tell me something else new. Shane Dawson doing a series on Jake Paul, breaking YouTube. Oh, crap, that's a big deal, because he is not from Hollywood. He's someone that's you and me, who just so happened to have a camera, who started here doing this and then got into Hollywood.
Yeah, see, Drake, that's how you do it. Started from the bottom.
That's starting from the bottom, now you're here. You didn't start from the top and then you guys came to the bottom. No, that's not how it works. So, the whole thing about the Bella Twins is that if you're going to be in the wrestling business, fine. If you're going to be here, meet the goddamn standard. Get you an interesting character. Do the matches right. This match with Ronda Rousey was garbage. Sorry. If you're going to be in the business, you got to get on the levels of Charlotte, Becky, Bayley, Sasha, of the Ronda Rouseys, of you name them. The Nia, even Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax, I would put over the Bella Twins. But I'm sorry, like, I didn't like it. I didn't like the main event. I thought it was a waste of time, and it helped nobody. And guess what? We're going from this to Ronda Rousey versus Nia Jax. So I'm very happy right now. Get me the hell. Anything else you want to say about this before we talk about?
Oh no! Someone made the argument that because the Bella Twins are reality stars, they obviously are heels. And me, I'm like, but I wouldn't know that. This is like the first time I ever known them to be villains at the moment.
They don't know what they are because they haven't built themselves a character, and they've been here for 10 years.
Damn. Wow, you felt that one. Like, you've been holding on to that one for a while, huh?
Ronda has a better character than you. Wow. And she's been here since January. It hasn't even been a year yet. And I know who the hell Ronda Rousey is. Seriously, granted, she brought it in from UFC. But still.
Who the fuck is Jake Paul? That is a funny comment.
It was, but I'm sorry. I just kind of feel like I'm tired of people who aren't good enough getting opportunities that they don't deserve. And the ones who are well more than deserving, are put in 6 women tags. Mm-hmm. But I said all I need to say about that main event. You got anything else you want to add?
Oh, no.
So let's get to those topics that they asked you about. You want to talk about Saudi Arabia first, or do you want to talk about the Roman Reigns situation?
Oh, technically we talked about Saudi Arabia. We haven't talked about Roman Reigns here.
Okay.
We talked about it in the live thing.
So he found out during the live reactions that Roman Reigns got put down with leukemia. He got diagnosed with leukemia and had to relinquish the championship, and now he's battling that. There is no set date on when he'll return, if he returns. But people are, as you can tell, very hopeful that he will beat leukemia and come back. And you hear the fans, make that switch from hating this guy, hating the character, to being like full on 100% in support of him coming back.
Well, it's like what I was saying before. It's that disconnect of actually understanding. It's like, you don't understand. I don't hate Roman Reigns the person. I hate the character he plays on wrestling, because the character he plays didn't deserve any of the all the push that he was given.
Yeah.
And then what's even worse is that they didn't even make that push into part of his storyline.
Right.
Like, there could have been a whole evil cabal in the background forcing him into the main thing, trying to shun somebody else, and we could have figured out what that shit was about. But instead, it's just, hey, this is happening and we're supposed to be cool with it. You're not supposed to like him. Right. I don't, because you're forcing him down my throat. And not to mention, it's like what I said in the live. You're giving, like, certain storylines work with certain characters, and especially where they start. The Daniel Bryan thing worked because he was literally a nobody that was trained, and it didn't work. So then he was trained by The Miz, and that didn't work. And then he went on his own. Then that embarrassing thing happened at WrestleMania.
18 seconds.
And then he just went on. The whole point is that literally no one knew him, then he was beat down to the bottom, and then he was rised up for the Yes Movement.
And then the company tried to stop him because he wasn't what the company wanted.
Right.
And the fans pushed against that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
it was an awesome story.
It was an awesome story, but it only works because of the fact that you started that storyline with him at the bottom.
Right.
But when you do the same thing to Roman Reigns, where his storyline is essentially he was part of the greatest tag team faction at that time.
Yeah, one of them in history.
And then got betrayed. You don't go with the started from the bottom, now we're here storyline. Right. You don't go for the underdog storyline. You go for the revenge plot. Yeah. Or you go for like numerous things.
The world is mine. It's my world. Get behind me or suffer the consequences.
Yeah, like you go for the I take no prisoners. Right. Or you go with the
you do Punisher. Yeah. With Roman Reigns.
Like you do something, but not what they did. Right. And that's what annoyed me. I'm like, why the fuck would this character who's like this be the type that is trying to do the no one gave me a chance, so I'm gonna take it type. And then instead of embracing the fact that it's like, a lot of the fans hate him, embrace that shit. Yeah. Make it so that it's the company's plan, or make it so that like Roman has no idea that people are actually booing him, or something. Mm-hmm. But instead, you literally, it's just like WWE told, hey, this is the guy you're supposed to like. Stay tuned. And I'm like, no, don't tell me to like him. Right. Do your job. And regardless of if I like him or not, keep going. Right. I mean, granted, I don't like how they did it, but it's just more like, if I'm supposed to hate him, you guys did a good job. But it doesn't seem like I was supposed to hate him. You wanted me to like him.
Which is different because they didn't care whether you liked him or hated him. Mm-hmm. That's what made it even more confusing. I'm like, so he's not a villain and he's not a hero. So what the hell is he? Like, what is he supposed to be? Yeah. That just made him a lot more... But that's why the hate was there, because fans were just like, okay, first off, you want him to be a good guy, but he's not doing his job very well. You're not doing your job very well, so we hate him. But then we get to a point where you book him in situations where he's clearly the bad guy. You saw him at the Royal Rumble, right? Mm-hmm. When Shinsuke Nakamura was going to be thrown out by him and John Cena. Yeah. And the fans rooted against him on purpose. Mm-hmm. So Nakamura would get that victory, and he comes across more as the babyface, which was supposed to happen by design. Yeah. And you go, wait, but you do that with him, but you want him to be the good guy. What is this all about?
Well, no, that's the problem I have. It's like, it's the equivalent of you guys hyping him up as a babyface, but he's a heel.
Right.
So, what the fuck?
But
we're at 95.
95. But anyways, you hear all that, and you wonder, like, it's no wonder the fans don't like his character. But it's like you say, just because you have issues with his booking and his character, that doesn't mean when he gets hit with blood cancer, oh, he deserves it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't, like, don't get me wrong, that sucks.
Yeah.
But what I hate is all the people that hated him, and now that he might be dying, now it's like, oh, man.
Roman Reigns is the greatest wrestler of all time.
Don't give me that shit. You didn't like him before, so don't like him now.
Yeah, I'm like, I still don't like his character, but I can separate Joe Anawagi, that's his real name. He's Joe from Roman, and go, look, I hope Joe kicks the living shit out of leukemia. I hope he survives this, and I hope he comes back better than ever, okay? Maybe he has a different character with a better direction. More than likely. Hopefully. That doesn't mean that all that crap I said about Roman Reigns all of a sudden goes away. No. I say it. I still believe his character was bad. And I'm not going to go away from that because he got leukemia. And that sucks. But, you know, I guess when fans ask you how you feel about that, they're asking you, does that mean, does your opinions change on Roman?
No, I mean, it doesn't change my opinion on his character at all. Only thing it changed my opinion on is just the idea that people just don't understand the idea that, like, these are people.
Yeah.
And this is, like, literally their job to put on a performance, and they forget that they are literally athletic actors.
Mm-hmm.
And then literally when some real shit happens, no one knows what to do. That's why I hate it when they blur the lines and shit.
Yeah.
Like, why the fuck... Fuck you. Like, you know what I mean?
Stop that crap.
Yeah. But whatever, man.
Anyways, before we get out of here, I gotta ask you a couple questions. So when you think about the superstar of the night, like someone that you feel like stood out the most out of all the matches that you saw, like who was your favorite? Like, overall, like any match, whether it was Charlotte, Becky, Ronda, it can be from the
Okay, if
Battle
I were
Royal.
to rank them,
Mm-hmm.
the Japanese champion, the whoever Moon,
So Kairi Sane,
yeah,
Ember Moon,
and then of course the Pirate Princess. I already like Asuka, but she wasn't my favorite of the show.
yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of like that because it's like they hyped up the Japanese champion so much that I'm like, oh, okay, is she gonna be a regular? Is that what's happening?
Mm-hmm.
Or is this a one-time thing? Like, all right, what's this?
Mm-hmm.
Then she loses. So back to Japan.
Hopefully not. But for me, I would have Becky Lynch be number one. I would have Kairi Sane. I agree. She'd be number two. Number three, that's a toss-up, really. I guess I can give that to Toni Storm because she did win the Mae Young Classic.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to give 4 and 5 to Lita and Trish because they looked really good. But it's a toss-up from then on. And like I said, at the end of the day, we can have our complaints. We can have our issues. Maybe it might have not been my favorite. But I had to say, man, for a first ever women's pay-per-view, not a bad start. So next year, if they want to do this, not because they're not going to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, not because of a controversy, but actually because you want this to happen.
Yeah. Like, this should be a yearly thing, an annual thing in October. Screw it. Give it to women. October should be about women. They're doing Breast Cancer Month anyways. Make it about the women every year. Evolution 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. Make it the female WrestleMania. Personally, I think that would be great. Next year when you do this, you can raise the bar a little bit. You can go all the way this time and have a full female commentary team. No Michael Cole. Like next year, I don't want to see Cole. I don't even want to hear his voice. Okay? I don't want to see a goddamn male on this show. And if we do, it should be on the pre-show. It should be nothing but women. Seriously. Because they can do it. They showed you that they're capable. The show was close to being a good show if it wasn't for that main event. So I thought it was a good showing. Some people might disagree with that, but that's just my opinion. But anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
I'm good.
Alright, so we got ourselves to 100 likes. Let's get this video to 200 likes. Thank you for everyone tuning in. Give me your thoughts about it. If you watched it all, hashtag I watched it all. Favorite match, give me your thoughts on anything we talked about. If you agree with our thoughts, if you disagree, what grade do you give the show? Do you recommend this show? Was the first ever women's pay-per-view worth it for you? And if it wasn't, let us know why. If it was, let us know why. Thank you for joining us, casual viewer. People asked you, would you be joining us for Survivor Series? If you can't make it for Survivor Series, the next event will be the Royal Rumble in January.
Well, we'll see.
All right, but regardless, this will not be the last time you see the casual viewer. Thank you for joining me. With that said, subscribe, like the video, and this is your boy, Alyx signing off with the casual viewer right here in Alyx's World. Peace out.